motivation night. If you didn't see this morning's short, you're missing out. I'm pretty stoked about Monday motivation. So go check that out if you haven't checked it out already. Give me a thumbs up. Laugh all you want to laugh, but hey, I enjoyed doing this morning's short. So welcome in, guys. If you are brand new to my channel, you don't know who I am. My name is Pamela, aka Scooterrenee. I'm your host for tonight's Monday Motivation, as I am for all Monday Motivations. In fact, all 83 before this one. So yes, we are on the 84th episode for tonight. So I was worried it was going to storm tonight, but I think the rain has kind of gotten out of the way. So hopefully no bad weather while we're doing this. So seems like it's been one thing after another when I come live on Monday Motivation. So make sure you do all the YouTube things. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Make sure you ring that bell for all notifications so you know when I go live or upload new content. And also, don't forget to give a thumbs up on your way in, on your way out. At any point, it just means the world to me if you would just do that. So make sure you do those three YouTube things. So welcome in again. If you are new, I hope you will continue to come back at least for Monday Motivation Nights. It's every Monday unless it's a holiday or I'm sick or I got guests, whatever. But most of the time it's Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central. And then I do auctions on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then now on Fridays, it seems. So make sure you just have that bell marked for all notifications. Hopefully it'll work for you. Sometimes for some reason it doesn't notify people. But you can always catch me. Always know that I'm on at 7:30 p.m. Central on those three nights, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then Friday is usually around noon, 12:30 or so. It just depends on what's going on that day. So let's see who all is in chat before we get started tonight. First in was Stephanie Unimagic. Welcome in, Steph. Good to see you. I'm so proud of her. She's dropping her first premiere the 5th. So not tomorrow, but Wednesday. So make sure you go and subscribe to Stephanie so you don't miss the Buy It Now video. She will be doing it as a premiere. So if you have questions while the Buy It Now is going on, you can ask questions. She'll be in there to answer any questions that you have. So make sure you check her out. She is up and coming. So I'm so proud of her. She took that first step, and that's the hardest step to take when you are trying to do videos on YouTube or go live on YouTube or just putting yourself out there, period, right? Yeah, so congratulations, Stephanie. Proud of you for doing that. We got Joanne in the house. Welcome in, Joanne. Good to see you as always. We got my feather sister, Selena, here. Welcome in. Like I said, Selena, if you need to, rest. So everybody, if you could please lift Selena up in your prayers. She has her procedure tomorrow morning. Is just to go in and look, make sure, everything's okay. So if y'all could just lift her up in your prayers, I would appreciate that. We got my sister from Colorado. Click on the wrong name. Cool Ranch here. Hello, Cool. Welcome in. Good to see you. And then other people will come in as they get the notification. I know we got like 8 people in chat. So if you haven't said hello, come on in and say hello. As y'all know, my goal is never to have a huge crowd on Monday night. If we do, great. If we don't, that's fine. Because again, I have to thank my playback crew because you're watching this later, which means you don't have to catch me live when I do these, but it is so much more personal and more, I feel like you get more out of it because you got other people in here and everybody's chatting, sharing their opinions and everything. So just make yourself at home. Welcome in. So tonight's topic is on money, your new best friend. And that is coming from our book that we've been taking the topics around. We are almost done, guys. Almost done, if you could tell. Almost done. But it is the book, You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. So I have that down in the description along with some other books that I have down there. So take a moment, check those out, see if any of those tickle your fancy and anything you want to learn from. But she's written, I think, 2 or 3 in this series. I have this one and then I have the money one, but this is the one we're taking up from. Hello, Nancy Smith. Welcome in. Good to see you. So before we get started and dive into the topic for tonight, I want to take a quick poll in our chat. So again, this is where y'all get to participate, but I want to see what you think about your relationship with money is. So again, this is for your chance to participate. I want you to put a 1 in chat if you've never had a good relationship with money. So if you've never had a good relationship with money, you've never felt good about money, whatever it may be, I want you to put a 1 in chat. And then put a 2 in chat if you have had a great relationship with money. You have no problems with money whatsoever. I want to see who is comfortable with money and who is. I want to see who is like me and who isn't like me, and how I can be like you. Okay, so 1 if you have never felt good about money. 2 if you've always been just great with money, never been an issue. We got Selena coming in with 1, Nancy a 1, Joanne 1, Lisa D. Welcome in, Lisa D. Good to see you, by the way. There we go. Welcome in. And then Steph, she's always got to go against the rules. She's a 3, good and bad, right? Yes, like I love the thought of making money, but I don't like talking money. No. Nope. Unless it's with myself. I don't mind talking to myself about it, So I would say before I read this chapter, I was definitely a 1. I'm probably still at 1, maybe a 1.5 now. But now I'm gonna work on being a 2 in this book. So awesome! Thank you guys for sharing, being honest. Let me know how you feel, because I was hoping I wasn't the only one in the room, right, Stephanie? I love counting money. When it's coming in my favor, I love counting money. So that I have no problem with receiving. I just don't like, giving when I don't want to have, especially to like bills and stuff. I don't like that at all. And I don't like talking about money, which is so weird. I think I shared with y'all last Friday that when I was in my auction telling y'all about tonight's topic, I've been in an investment business for almost 30 years, and I hate money. I hate talking about it. I hate dealing with people's money. But somehow I've been doing this forever, So I personally have never had a good relationship with money whatsoever. I hate talking finances with my husband. It's like, I just want to bring home the bacon and you spend it however we need to spend it. I don't care. I have my business and I have my business money. That's my business and my money. But my money I make for my day-to-day job is like, just take it, take care of the bills, take care of whatever you need to take care of with it. I don't care. You don't need my permission. You don't need nothing. I don't want to talk about it, right? And he's always like, but you need to know. And I'm like, no, I know plenty. I know how to write a check. Something happens to him, guys, I can figure it out. Believe me, I can definitely figure it out. I take care of my stepdad. I can figure this stuff out. I'm not clueless. I just choose not to know, right? So, and I hate to talk with my boss about money. I have a hard time when it comes to money, either for myself or something that he's done on a business or whatever. He has a American Express credit card, and I hate to walk in and tell my boss that he has a high credit card balance. Right? Like, what? All right, Selena, no worries. And we got Reviving Sisters. I'm assuming Heather and Shane. Shane, Bo. Hello, both of you. But I hate walking into his office and say, hey, dude, your credit card bill is a little bit high. I apologize. Why? Why do I feel that way? Because it's not my bill, right? I mean, one of those statements is important because it's my husband. So I probably should feel that way when it comes to him and money and everything. But with my boss, it's like, why do I need to, that doesn't even involve me, because I don't use his credit card unless he tells me to put it on the card. So it's like, why does that even bother me? I don't have access to his card outside of work, and he's my boss. Like, why do I care? But yet I get these yucky feelings, or I used to, when it would come to telling him, and he would just laugh at me. He's like, why why are you like this? Because this has nothing to do with you. I know my salary comes out on his card and stuff like that, and he pays it off, but it's just like, why does it bother me? You know, it's not my debt. It's not my money that I'm spending or anything. So, but I want you guys to be thinking of why you have a bad relationship. And I want you to listen to how we can actually start turning those feelings around. And I promise you, if you'll stick with me on this topic, it will start to kind of click, because it clicked with me. Pause this spot thought, guys. So I thought this quote was at the beginning of the chapter. I thought was really fitting. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I asked of life, life would have willingly paid. So I thought that was an interesting quote. And I think it said it was anonymous. I think it's what it said. Now I'm moving this stuff around. Won't forget where I'm supposed to be reading to you guys. Yeah, it was anonymous. And then another one I found is money is only a tool. It will take you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. Right? Anytime that any of us have ever been in a wreck or whatever, it's like the car can be replaced, but you cannot. Right? The house can be replaced, but you cannot. So I thought that one was interesting as well. All right, really quick, another chat participation with you guys. I want you. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome. So real quick, Anna, I'm crazy. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you too. So I want you to put a 1 in a chat if you've ever thrown caution in the wind and you spent money on something you didn't really have the money for. Good to see you, Roadkill. Good to see you. It's okay if I shorten it. Roadkill might not sound the greatest, but you know. But put 1 in the chat if you've ever spent money on something that you didn't really have the money for, meaning you got a loan, you borrowed money from someone, or you put it on a credit card, but you went and bought something that you would find a way that you would pay for it. Or put a 2 in chat if you've never taken a chance like that. You either had the money or you just didn't go for it. You're like, nope, not doing it. So 1, if you have thrown caution to wind and you just spent money on something you really didn't have the money for, or 2, if you've just never taken a chance. I just want to see who all is like me. So we got Stephanie in at 1, Cole at 1, Selena at 1, Joanne at 1, and we got Nancy at 1. Thank you guys again. Hello, baby girl. Welcome in. Good to see you. And hello, Ellie Belly, if Ellie Belly's still awake. Gigi loves you. Mwah. All right, bunch of 1s. Thank you, guys. I think most of us can say we have done that, and somehow most of the time, most of us has found a way to pay for it, right? It's like, ugh, I really don't have the money right now, but you know, I'll figure a way to pay for it. Where there's a way, wait, how does that go? You'll make the way, right? Where there's a way, you'll make the way. And so we've always figured it out. Hello, Shelby J. Welcome. Breakfast, pastries, sides, magic carpet parfait dessert, Mulan's firecracker sorbet. Where do you find these things? This sounds so cool. Mickey waffles, coffee, hot chocolate. Where there's a will, there's a way. Thank you. See, thank you. So, but and let me say this first. Oh, cool. Thank you. Y'all know what that means before we get into it. I'm sorry, but we got to do it. We haven't done this in a while. Thank you, cool. thank you, good Cool Ranch. I appreciate you. Love you, my sister. Give me some scooter sloth, right? There you go. There, you got it. Now I want to start this. I don't want y'all to sit there and say, "Oh, well, Scooter said go out here and just blow everything I have." No. I'm not saying go out there and blow your money on every little frivolous thing that you think of, and that money is just going to magically appear to pay for all that again. I don't want you going out there doing that. It's about expanding your beliefs about what is available to you in all areas of your life. It's about the statement that you make when you purchase the nicer car instead of the basic entry level car, because you believe you're going to make the money you need to pay for that car, or whatever it may be. Maybe it's a home, maybe it's, clothes, maybe it's, I don't know, whatever you want to be, a trip, maybe it's that. But it's making the statement that you are no longer the kind of person who takes what you can get and finally become the kind of person who creates exactly what you want. Oh, I should, right? Cool. I should add those pictures. I didn't think about that. Now I'm going to have to do that. Thank you, Cool. She's always so helpful. We call her the librarian. I call her my attorney. I call her my proofreader. She wears all many different hats with me. So besides being my sister. So before 2019, I had to really think about this with Robert, because I even asked him and he was like, I don't remember. But before 2019, I drove a Ford Fusion. And it was either 2011, 2012. I know I got it before I left to go with my mom. I want to say it was a 2012. I want to say it was before I left to go take my mom out to Mayo Clinic in Arizona, where we could get her officially tested for Alzheimer's. So I know I got it before I left for that trip. So I want to say it was a 2012. Hello, Demetrius. Welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you are doing well. And don't get me wrong, Ford makes a very nice car now, and it was a very nice car. Oh, welcome! Thank you for becoming a member, Demetrius. Thank you, buddy. But it had, and I laugh when I say this, it had cloth seats instead of leather, and there is nothing wrong with cloth seats. One time, my stepdad, when I was younger, we were at Kroger, and he was looking at getting a Volvo, and he walked up to this Volvo, and he was like, oh, it's got cloth seats. And the lady that owned the vehicle walked up right at that moment. It was, so every time I say that, there is nothing wrong with cloth seats, believe me. So, but it had cloth seats instead of leather, no heated seats whatsoever. But it did have the hands-free, where you can make a phone call and all that kind of stuff. And it even calls for you if you're in a wreck. So that was a good thing. But in November 2019, I was on my way to pick up my mom to take her back to the nursing home after work, because she had been with my stepdad at his place. And it was misting and it was chilled. And I just exited the freeway. And I was going through the light at an intersection. And I remember clear as day, this Cadillac so I'm going this way. The Cadillac is coming towards me. It's making a left-hand turn. And I'll nicely say here what I thought, but this isn't what I thought. But I was like, what is she doing? Like, I'm going to hit her. She has turned right in front of me. It's going to happen. And I immediately started turning my wheel to the right to avoid as much as an impact as I could. But nope, I hit her head on the front side of her car. And by the time it was all over with, I was at the back end of her car. So, but again, I knew I was going to hit her because she turned right in front of me. And there was just no way I was going to be able to avoid it because it was misting. I knew I was going to slide. And I mean, I remember distinctly thinking, what is she doing? To put it nicely here. I want to go back to what Shelby says. Shelby said, it's good to have money and the things that money can buy, But it's good too to check up once in a while and make sure that you haven't lost the things that money can't buy, right? Yes. I saw that quote too. I like that one. Right? Like, I've never been in that bad of a wreck before, ever. And hey, Josie, welcome in. Good to see you. I just remember getting out of the car and I didn't get out of the car at the beginning because the ambulance driver was checking me out and everything. But I just remember after all that, like my chest and my stomach was on fire from the airbag and the seatbelt and everything. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. But I knew I wasn't going to be able to avoid it. But the point of that wasn't to tell you about the wreck itself. But needless to say, I totaled my car. My car was, the whole front end was just smushed up. There was no saving it. In fact, they had to cut the horn, the battery, because my horn was just going, nah, 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 and I was just like, please, someone just, for the love of God, turn that horn off, please. So anyway, so it was total. There was no way to salvage it. And so we were on a hunt for a new one. And I've always loved Toyota Camrys. My parents had one. I loved driving it. I loved the smoothness of it and everything. And no, it's still not the most expensive car. But they're not as cheap as a Ford Fusion was either. So I test drove the 4-cylinder that Toyota had. And they kept saying, it's fast. It's just as fast as a V6. It drives just as smooth as a V6, yada, yada, yada. And my Ford Fusion was a 4-cylinder. And so I was like, whatever. So we test drove it. Well, then Robert pointed out the car that I have now. And he's like, let's test drive that one. And so we test drove my car. And it was the Camry with the V6. And it was next to the top of Camry's line. So it's an XSC? Yes, because it's sports. It's a sports. So it is right next to the top of the line. It does have the heated leather seats. It does have all the bells and whistles to it. The only thing I didn't get was a bird's eye view, whatever. I don't care about that. But I fell in love with the V6. I mean, I come from a dad who has drag raced my whole life, and then my brother did. I love to go fast. It's just in my blood. And so the color of my car, again, Robert picked this out, and the color of the car is called Galactic Aqua. Galactic Aqua, meaning it can look blue one moment, it can look green, it can look purple, it can look black, it can be all these different colors. But it's gorgeous, and I get compliments on it everywhere I go. And no, this isn't, I'm not bragging about my car. There's a point, I promise. Let me go back. Shelby's saying, if you don't value your time, neither will others. Stop giving away your time. Preach, girl, preach. And your talents. Value what you know and start charging for it. Yes. Girl, you get me up on my soapbox here on that one. Because that is something I'm realizing now. So, if you live for having it all, what you have is never enough, right? Yes. Joanne has a Toyota Camry. I love my Toyota Camry. Corinth says, Mike uses this quote, money can't buy happiness, but it can sure rent the heck out of it, right? Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't see it from where I'm sitting. Oh, Selena, I know, sweetheart. I know. You just keep me updated. So it wasn't just to tell y'all all about, my car and all that stuff. I mean, it's a great car. But anyways, that Robert was like, that's the car you're getting. And we are sitting at the table with our salesman, and the salesman walks away for a moment, and I start questioning Robert. I'm like, are you sure this is the right move? Because I don't, I can go for the 4-cylinder entry level car. I can go for that. I can settle for that if I need to. So I don't want to be the reason that costs us more money, and I don't want to be the reason if it becomes too much. I don't want to be at fault for this decision. And Robert was so confident, and he was like, you don't worry about it. It's something you really like, and it's something that you're going to be driving for a while, so why not get something that you'll enjoy? And I was still like, and I was like, are you sure? And I was very uneasy. Hello, Jessica. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you, as always, for your support and sharing this out. I really appreciate it. So Robert's like, we're getting you that car. I was like, okay, but it's not going to be my fault. It's not going to be my fault. Car's paid off, so we ain't going to worry about that now, do we? But I still get in that car, and we're in 2024 now, and this is the beginning of 2020. So it's a 5-year-old car now. But I thank the Lord every day for that car and for a man who wanted it for me, that he wanted it more than I did for me. And I am so, every day I get in that car and I'm just like, man, I'm so thankful for this car. You know, this is something I did not have to have, but yet my man wanted that for me. And that just makes me appreciate it that much more. Hey, Nana Tink, welcome in. Good to see you. No, I didn't get a new car. It's 5 years old now. But it was new back when I bought it. So I was just kind of going back and sharing that part. So, yeah. But I guess my bad relationship with money started with my first marriage. I never knew if... I say that. I remember going through my stepdad having to file bankruptcy back in, I don't know, early 90s, maybe late 80s, early 90s. And I remember him laying his head on his desk and he was just boo-hooing. And I remember going in there and hugging on him because I felt so bad, you know, that we were going through this. And anyway, so that might have been the start of it. I don't know. Maybe seeing my mom struggle. But if I have to really put a mark on it, I would say it had to be my first marriage, because I never knew if we were going to have enough for rent, if we had enough for electricity. Do I choose to pay the electric bill, or do I put gas in my car so I can get to work, so I can make money to pay these bills? And maybe some of y'all have walked this walk. I hated it. I literally hated it. Do I pay rent so my girls have a roof over their head because I was a mom of 2 girls? Or do I make a payment on the truck that he had? And, you know, he couldn't hold a job. So I was always finding myself struggling with what was going to get paid. What was more important? Was it medicine? Was it the light bill? Was it groceries? Was it gas in the car? What, you know, and thank goodness that my parents did help out some. But he could never hold a job. And that's the biggest reason why we struggled. But I decided I no longer wanted that kind of relationship where I had to worry constantly about paying for things. And I wanted more for my girls than that. You know, I never want to be dependent upon somebody to make money for me or to pay for, like, I want to be dependent upon myself. But I wanted more for my girls. And I knew I was not going to be able to do all that on my own. But Q and Mr. Roadflow, that's where he comes in the picture. And with Robert, we've been married for 23 years this September, 23 years. And I have never had to worry if there was enough in our bank account for me to just fill up my gas tank in my car, ever. And I still find myself, just like I am so thankful for my car, I still find myself so thankful that I can put gas in my car. Something as little as having 20 to 30 bucks to be able to put in my car whenever I need to. I never have to worry about it. It's never been a worry in 23 years, but because it affected me so much in that first marriage, I find myself being thankful and not taking that for granted, because I know how hard it can be, and I know how hard it is for some people. And I know putting something as simple as gas in a car can sound so freaking simple. Going to the grocery store and just being able to buy food that you need and not being dependent upon your brother and your sister-in-law or your parents to bring food to your house so your kids can eat. All that can maybe seem so simple, but coming from the first marriage where I did nothing but struggle with money and was barely keeping my hairline, just my hairline, above water to where I don't have to think about simple things like that, such as affording to put gas in my car. It's a night and day difference for me. But it's what caused my love-hate relationship with money. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Right? Amen. Great book, great Great book recommendation. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yes, my stepdad has read that book and always recommended it. We all learn money skills or lack of money skills from our parents, right? See, I think for me, like even though I saw my stepdad struggle that 1 year, we never went without either. Like if something broke, Jim Wilson was going to pay someone to fix it. Like it was never an issue. Ever. Like once he got a handle on the finances. So my upbringing, maybe the first 10 years of my life, watching my mom struggle, being a single mom, and then she married my stepdad, and then from 10 until I got married, which would have been 20, those 10 years, I didn't have to worry about anything. And 5.5 years had to worry, and now the rest is history, right? Empty pockets. You're doing good, Shelby. Empty pockets never held anyone back. Only empty heads and empty hearts can do that, right? Yes. Lisa D says 2024 is a struggle. Yes. I'm not saying Robert and I have it great all the time or, that we don't struggle. When I got sick, we lost everything, but never lost love for each other or our kids. They always say that we were so loved. I know what you're saying, Selena. Remember, I speak Selena-nese. I speak that. I know what you're saying. But, and I know as y'all are sharing in chat, y'all can relate to that. We've all been there at some point. And if you haven't, God bless you. Like, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and count your blessings that you haven't ever had to worry with that. But when you up-level your idea of what's possible and decide to really go for it, you open yourself up to the means to accomplish it as well. How many of us needed something or wanted something that we found, we just found a way to pay for it? Any of you have ever, like, I told Selena I was going to be talking about her because I just find this so very interesting. I know Selena just recently did this. She found something that she wanted, something that she needed, and she has found a way to pay for it. She wants to come to Arkansas. I don't know why. Well, I do, but you know what I mean. But she wants to come to Arkansas so bad that she has found ways to find extra money to make it happen, such as Tuesday night auctions and doing buy now videos and stuff. But it's funny how that happens, right? It's funny how you set your mind, I want that goal, I want that dream, I want that shirt, I want that car, I want that house, whatever it may be. And once you get your mindset that, hey, nothing is going to stop me, you will find ways. Yard sales, marketplace, like all the selling platforms, there are ways to make money out there. Do some door dashes, do some Uber Eats. I don't know if I would do Uber drives. I just don't trust a lot of people. I'm always afraid. I watch too many crime mystery things, too many of those that I don't know if I want just some stranger getting in my car. But anyways, but you will find ways, can find ways to make money when you absolutely need to. So whether or not the money is currently in your bank account, that's irrelevant, guys. It's irrelevant. When you're available to play a bigger game, rather it be quitting your ho-hum job, finger pointing, ho-hum job, and investing in your own business, hiring a coach, buying a house, a car, etc., you either need to pay for it with the money you have or manifest the money if you don't have it. Believing in the unseen. We've talked a lot about that through this book with faith, having faith in the unseen. Believing in the unseen, having the faith, and busting your butt to get it done. Right? And when you know things are coming up like that, you can prepare better for it because you know, hey, time's a clicking. We need to be kind of buckling down and saving up for whatever it may be. Good night, Demetrius. Love you. All right. So, see where I left off in my notes here. Now, manifesting, I'm going to tell you guys, it's going to be hard. And the only reason why it's going to be hard to manifest is if you insist that not only is it not there for you, but that you aren't the kind of person who could ever make it or pay it off if you borrowed it. If you're already sitting there going, well, I'm going to believe this. I'm going to believe in the unseen. I'm going to manifest this money that I need to do whatever with. But it's not there for me. And there's no way I can pay it off anyways, because I'm never going to make that kind of money. I'm never going to find that kind of money. Then you've already set yourself up to fail at it anyway. So it's going to be hard if you have that type of mentality, if you're constantly doubting. You've already set yourself up for failure when you have I believe, but I'm still negative Neely. I was going to say negative Nancy, but I got Nancy in my chat, and I don't ever like to say that. But negative Neely is what we're going to say. I know, cool. I know. Believe me, it's hit me like harder this year than it did last year. So I'm thinking, okay, one of these days it's going to happen. It will happen. But yeah, if you're already sitting there going, well, because that's the thing as Cool Ranch is saying, about me, is that part of mine is having that safety net, right? But now I'm like, but you know what? I know I can do it. I know without a doubt that I could do it. Without a doubt, I can do it. I set a goal each month of what I want to make, and it's always to bring home what I bring home from my job. And I go over that. So I know I can do it. And God knows how much more I could do if I didn't have to work and could solely do this full time, right? I think it would at least double. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about tonight either, are we? We've all grown up with this deep-seated beliefs that we have in us that the only debt that you're allowed to have is maybe your house and or maybe student loans, right? And that going into debt is irresponsible. It can be if you're not busting your butt to make it happen because you believe you deserve it. This is about taking a leap of faith into a new realm that you strongly desire to be in and demanding of yourself that you rise to the occasion, right? That you rise to the occasion. That's fine, cool. I love it when y'all do that. The devil is trying to discourage me. The truck is down. My health is crazy, but Sam and I needed to get away so bad. So I told Sam I'll sell everything in the house so we can go, right? Like there are ways. There are ways to do this. But yeah, if you're like me, we've grown up with that deep belief that, hey, the only debt you should have is your house and maybe some student loans because you had to get an education or you wanted an education, whatever you want to say. But it's taking that leap of faith into the new realm that you strongly desire to be in and that you demand of yourself, that you rise to the occasion. So if I demand myself to rise to the occasion, then I'm going to do it. Because the person I'm letting down is myself. It's nobody else. Now, making money isn't only about the money. Just like losing weight isn't only about losing weight, guys. It's about who you become, what you believe is possible for yourself. So, again, it's not just about the money. It's about what you become as a person because you achieved something that you didn't think you could. And that you believe in something that was possible for yourself. Money is currency, and currency is energy. Money, when you're operating at a high frequency with no resistance to it, and you take the right action, you can manifest the money that you desire. And we all know that we have to work to make money. We've been taught that all our lives, but we're not taught that we must also align our energy with the financial abundance that we seek. Now, yes, there are people that are born into that are trust fund babies, that are born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They got it made, yada, yada, yada. But the bulk of us, sorry, my nose is itching. What does that mean? That means something, doesn't it, when your nose itch? Somebody's coming to see me. Hope it's somebody good. Selena's not for another 2 weeks, so I know it's not her. But you have to work hard at it. We all had to work hard at it. And it just depends. And I think that's one thing I've always struggled with, as far as I've always wanted more. And sometimes I felt guilty for wanting more. And I don't know if it's because I feel like I should be happy. I'm happy with what I have. Believe me, I am happy with what I have. But I've just always wanted to achieve more. Like, okay, I'm at this level. I want to go to the next level. I've done this much with this right here. I want to see how much more I can do. This is my goal of what I'm making this month. How much more can I do than that? It's just, and again, it's not just money. It can also be, y'all know I'm losing weight. So it's like, all right, I'm down 20 pounds. Let's do 20 more. How much further can I go? My goal is to be this certain weight. How much more can I do? Because the goal that I have for my weight is just, it's still not, a healthy weight. But, hey, well, if I can do that, then how much more can I do? It means you're going to kiss a fool. Roflo, I need to kiss you. That's what Mama used to say. Nose itching means you're coming into, I thought it was the hand. When your hand itches, you coming into money. Oh, Nana says that itchy nose means you're going to kiss a fool. Drop a teaspoon on the floor. Company comes. Ah, okay. I always thought it was, and then ears burn. Anyways, we're going off track again. But don't hang out with people all the time that have nothing better to do than to complain about not having money, that they're broke all the time. Everyone's against them. The world's against them. Don't hang out with those kind of people. Take I can't out of your vocabulary and envision what you desire. Set goals and demand of yourself that you become who you need to be to create the life that you desire. We're doing picnics on our trip, but it's the memories in the moment. I'm so excited. Right? Yes. The stupid mouse. Right? And it's our needs, but the memories are going to be priceless. Yes. I know hand itching means you're coming into money. See, that's what I thought. Yeah. The other day, my hand was itching. I was like, ooh, where's it coming from? But don't hang out with if you want more for yourself, make sure you surround you with people that want more for themselves. No matter if it's money or more positive attitude or, whatever it may be. Surround yourself with those people because you will find it being contagious. Have mantras that you say to yourself in the mirror. Y'all know my favorite. I've said it for 83 other episodes. If you act enthusiastic, you will be enthusiastic. And either A, you're going to start believing that you're more enthusiastic, or B, you're going to get a nice, good laugh looking at yourself in the mirror as you say that. So, in order to bring money joyfully into our lives, we have to understand that we're having a relationship with it. And we need to treat it like any other important relationship that we have, any meaningful relationships that we have. We need to pay attention to it. We have to want it. We have to nurture it. We have to put effort into it, respect it, cherish it, whatever else that might look like for you. And the author, Jen Sincero, gives us 5 rules of wealth consciousness for us to be able to have a good relationship with money. So this is where I found this to be very helpful for myself. Stephanie says, to this day, when we are going on trips, I tell Todd I will make sandwiches or something to take. And he's like, babe, we can stop and get something. It's not an issue. But for me, it's a habit. Robert and I, we always like to say, hey, we're going to buy snacks. We're going to do snacks. That way we're not just stopping and buying everything. Yeah, we did very good on that first day on our trip on Florida. After that, it went out the window. um, but the first rule of wealth consciousness is come from a place of abundance, not lack. So when we say we want money for something, we often come from, I don't have it, it does not exist. So we need to create it, which makes us focus more on the lack because we're thinking of, well, I don't have it, it doesn't exist. And so when we focus on that, it lowers our frequency to where we attract more lack instead of more money. When we say, I am manifesting a certain sum of money so we can go on a trip or whatever it may be, our faith in the yet unseen is strong, and so our frequency will be high. Going back to Selena, she wants to come to Arkansas. She's found and determined that nothing's going to stop her. So her frequency is high. Therefore, she is making it happen. But when we do that, when our frequency is high, it gives us the ability to attract the money. And when we do this, like buy a higher end car, even a higher end car than what I have, or go ahead and book a rental car or a hotel for a trip, it forces you to face your fears, and then it strengthens your faith because you did this thing before you had proof that money was there. Got it? It forces you, when you just go ahead and do it, go ahead and, book that rental car, go ahead and book that hotel and that trip, whatever it may be. Take a chance, go ahead and finance that car that you've always wanted. It makes you face your fear and it strengthens your faith because you did it before you have proof that the money or whatever it may be is there. This abundance is available to everyone regardless of what your life looks like at this very moment. And I thought she makes a good point in the book, and that's the part that I want to read to you guys, because I was like, okay, that makes sense. She says that the abundance is available to everybody. Some people are born into a cushy lives full of trust funds and connections and opportunities and fancy educations. Some of these people go on to make great financial successes of their lives, and some of these people don't, right? We know people like that. And then some people are born into extreme poverty and live in cardboard box houses by the side of the freeway. And guess what? Some of these people go on to make great financial successes of their lives, and some of them don't, right? So while their obstacles and initial childhood impressions about money can be extremely different, those who achieve success share one key thing: the belief that they can be, that they can do, and that they can have whatever they set their minds to accomplish. It doesn't matter if you were born into a trust fund or if you had to live homeless. I think A Pursuit of Happiness on that. If you haven't seen that movie, I like Will Smith to begin with, but that lights a fire under my butt, because it's like, okay, anybody can do this if they can just set their mind to it. If you can set your mind to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Your beliefs hold the key to your financial success. Once you believe and understand that we live in an abundant universe, you can drop that limiting belief that you serve the world better by not taking too much for yourself or getting too big. See, that's part of what I said a while ago about feeling bad about wanting more. Why? I should not feel like that I am serving the world better by not taking too much for myself or that I'm getting too big. I shouldn't feel that way. So I'm going to start believing and understanding I live in an abundant universe, whatever it is that I want. The more you have to share. The only reason why you should feel gross about money, and I thought this was important, the only reason why you should feel gross about money is if you're out there scamming people. Well, then yes, then you should feel gross about money. Yes. And Marianne Williamson, who is an author and speaker, she said, having money is like anything else. It's a tool. And if you see it that way, making it not just about you, but about a way that you can play a part in the dynamic by which money is used for the betterment of all things, then having money is not only a blessing, it's a responsibility. It's a responsibility. Having money is a responsibility. Let your inner money critic chew on that one for a while. If you can help better other people, help better the world because you got more, then that's your responsibility to do that. Second rule of wealth consciousness, get clear on where you are at. Right, sit down, take your notebook, your piece of paper, whatever. Sit down and write about how you feel about money. Sit down and make your list and get clear on why you feel about money the way you do. Put your pros and your cons, whatever it may be. And then break it down sentence by sentence. So let's practice one real quick. Stephanie says, I feel guilty sometimes about having no food worries now because I remember what it was like having to stand in line to get a government cheese sandwich and a donut because we had no food, right? Yes, I remember those days. I remember those days with my mom. Everybody talks about spam and ew, spam. But I remember my mama getting that because it was the cheapest thing to get back in the day. So let's practice one of these. You sat down, you made your list. Let's say one of them is, I don't believe money will come to me. We're talking about taking our limiting beliefs, and this is what I went through with myself for my cognitive therapy that I went through. And then this is what I try to help people that decide to do the coaching, help them do as well. So let's say one of your beliefs is that money will, you don't believe that money will come to you. Well, has it ever? Well, I guess so. Can you imagine a specific time and a specific amount that came to you that was really helpful and enjoyable? Well, yes. And then fill in the blank, whatever that time was. Any other times? Have you had other jobs or monetary gifts or dividends? Well, yes. Can you list 5 to 10 significant times that money came to you? Then you would just list what you can. Okay. So if it came to you all these many times, is it possible that it could come to you again? Well, yeah. So you can change your belief from money doesn't come to me to money does come to me. Yeah, I can. You could also take the phrase of I resent money and work that one out. And then take other sentences and you would work those out just like we did above. Start healing your relationship with money. Remember, you're going against some deeply ingrained beliefs. You're rewriting your story with money. And we can do that on many other levels besides money. Third rule of wealth consciousness. Get clear on where you desire to be. We all need money. We need it for many reasons. We need it to feed ourselves, put clothing on our back, get shelter, buy medicine, etc. We all need it. But once we go beyond basic survival, it becomes how much do we need? And if we allow guilt and judgment and terror over what it means to have it and what people will think of us, that is where it can get really ugly for us. But we don't want to just merely survive, guys. We don't want to just merely get by. We want to thrive in every area of our life, including the area of financial support. Hey, Echo, welcome in. Welcome. I know, I feel bad because Selena's had to drink this stuff. I get to mine is next week, next Friday, the 14th, whenever that is. I get to take pills. And I'm like, what? There is a thing? I don't have to drink this crap? What? So I'm kind of looking forward to my prep. Anyways, yeah, Harley was like, Mom, you can take those pills and shove it because that's not fair. I'm like, I know, right? And so it just blows my mind. So being wealthy means having the resources to provide for yourself with everything that you need and your desires, is to share your gifts with the world. It means being wealthy psychologically, spiritually, and energetically, as well as materially. Feeling like you don't deserve the things that make you the happiest and the best version of yourself because it's greedy or it's asking too much, it ultimately rips off the rest of the world because you aren't being fully supported. And as a result, you aren't sharing your highest frequency with the world. I added crystal light to that nasty stuff to make it tolerable. Yeah, I had to do the yellow, green, lime green, whatever color Gatorade before. This will be the first time I only had to do pills. So I'm kind of stoked about it. But you got to do 12 pills. Like I'll start mine at 4. I have to do 12 pills and I got to do it like within, every 2 minutes or something. And then I'll do it again, kind of 8. They wanted me to do it at 6 and 10. I was like, dude, I don't stay up late. I'm in bed at 10 usually. So they let me back it up. Yay. Glad she's asleep. Right, Echo? Yes. But again, when you feel like you don't deserve those things because you think it's greedy or that you're asking too much, you rip off everybody else because you're not sharing the highest frequency that you can have of yourself with other people. Yes, you are, Selena. Don't you forget it. Yeah, I've had the pills and the drink. Like the Docalax, 4 pills before you start, and then the drink, the Miralax and everything. But this time it's just all pills. And it's like some brand. I mean, not brand, but some prescription. Like it's specifically for this. So I was like, I don't want to be up, past midnight, so going to the bathroom. I got to sleep. So, be your best. Do your best. Demand the best. Expect the best. Receive the best. And your best will go out there into the world so everyone can receive your best. One of the best things that you can do to improve the world is to improve yourself. You want to improve the world? Improve yourself. Start with yourself. Oh, I can imagine, Stephanie. Nope. Determine what your personal truest version for success looks like. Figure how much it will cost and then set out with a steadfast determination to manifest the money you need to create it. It's possible, guys. It's possible. Selena's doing it. It's something as simple as coming to Arkansas, but she's doing it, right? I mean, if it's just for you to go buy a new outfit, you can manifest the money to get whatever that outfit is. 4th rule of wealth consciousness. Raise your frequency. Money on its own means absolutely nothing. Nothing has any value other than the value we put on it, right? Nothing has value until we put a value on it. It's all what we make ourselves to believe. If we believe we're only worth $12 an hour, that's the frequency that we're going to put out. I'm only worth $12 an hour. But if we believe that we're worth $17 or $24 an hour, that's a higher frequency that we're going to put out and attract that client or that job. Quit short selling yourself, Scooter. Is she going? All right, love you. Message me. Let me know how you are. We have a show tomorrow night. If you don't feel like it, we don't have to do it. Selena. Yes, you do, Nana. Nana's one of those good ones. Support and pay it forward. Yes. I love it. Wait, what did it? Be the change you want to see in the world, right? Yes. Be the change you want to see in the world. All right. So, the key word, if you believe that you're worth $17, $24 an hour, if you believe that what you're selling is worth $1,500, $2,000, whatever, the key word is that you believe. You can't be crapping big rocks and charging more than you believe you're worth and expect to receive it. And you can't charge less than you believe you're worth and expect to flourish because you'll be pissed off then. We'll see, Selena. Let me say that again because that meant something to me. You can't be crapping big rocks, meaning you just can't be just crapping crap just to be crapping crap and charging more than you believe you're worth and expect to receive it. And you can't charge less than you believe you're worth and expect to flourish because you're just going to be pissed off. Well, I'm only making $17 an hour, but I'm really worth $25. But I'm going to settle for $17. Well, then you're just going to be pissed off. You're going to be mad. My mother-in-law used to say, you can get glad in the same pants you got mad in. Yes, that's it. In order to create wealth, you must bring yourself into energetic alignment with the money you desire to manifest. Right? Favorite word, believe. Yes. Yes. So three people, and I know we're going a little over time, but that's okay. 3 people can do the exact same job or the exact same career. And let's say you have not because you asked not. Oh my gosh, it's not in here. It's in my bedroom, but I got a journal because that's exactly what it says. I'm like, Scooter, you need to start writing this stuff down then. You're not asking. You need to start asking. Yes. Yes. So I need to show y'all that it's a beautiful leather. Someone made it. It's beautiful, and that's exactly what it says on the front. Never give up. Right, Josie? Yes. So 3 people can have the exact same career or the exact same job, but let's say one makes $50,000. Let's say the other one makes $100,000. Remember, it's the same job. It's the exact same career. One's 50, one's at 100,000. And let's say the third one makes $1 million. Is the guy who makes $1 million that much better than the 50,000? Is he that much better if they're doing the exact same thing? Now, he could possibly be more skilled or more expensive, but then again, he cannot be. But they're doing the exact same thing. So he could have more skill and be more expensive because that's what he's decided that he wants to charge. But then again, he could just be the exact same as the $50,000 guy. It ultimately comes down to the decision of their worth. I know with the financial advisors that I work for, everybody's always said, figure out what you're worth an hour and charge that. So it comes down to the decision of your worth. So one is operating at $1 million frequency, and so that's what he's charging. And guess what? That's what he's getting. The guy that thinks he's only $50,000, that's what he's charging, and that's what he's getting. Money is an exchange of energy between people. When you charge clients a certain frequency or demand a certain salary, you attract clients or employers who are already at that frequency. I think about like auctions, okay? If I've started out low the whole entire time and then I start my prices higher later on, well, the frequency changes. So I used to, and I'm just using this as an example. So if I only charge $1 for everything that I've ever sold, then I'm only going to attract those that only want to pay $1. They're not going to pay more than $1. But if I change my prices, and let's just say I start charging $10, well, then I'm going to start attracting higher frequencies. I'm going to be attracting more people who wants to pay the $10 price, not the dollar price. Right? If you give up your dreams, you die. Shoot for the stars. Yes. What else do you have to lose, right? So when you charge clients a certain frequency, you're going to, those people are the ones who are already at that frequency. You're not putting a gun to their head saying, dude, you're not the only one offering these goods and services either. You're not the only one. Lowering your frequency out of fear. Well, I really should only charge $1,000 for this service because, nobody's going to want to pay that much or more than that. Well, when you do that, when you lower your frequency out of fear, it leaves everyone else vibrating at a lower frequency. That's what you're going to attract. Good night, Jessica. Thank you. If you're nowhere near where you want to be, keep pushing yourself to raise your prices or seek higher paying jobs. Surround yourself with higher frequency experiences and people. Get more education if you need to. Make vision boards of what you want your life to look like. Y'all remember mine? It's still hanging up over there where I can see it. It's right over there. Create a vision board if you need to. If you're a visual person like I am, I got to see it. The fifth rule, remember I said there's 5. Fifth rule of wealth conscious is stay in shape. You have to keep your frequency high and your belief is in limitless possibility strong. You got to keep both of those strong. Your frequency high and your belief in limitless possibility in order to manifest whatever it is that you're going for. And you can do this by reading books about the mighty of money. One I really recommend, and I have it sitting over here on my shelf, matter of fact, somewhere over here. Think and Grow Rich. There we go. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's the best-selling book out there. It's one that my stepdad has always put out there. It's actually the book that saved his life, basically. He was a traveling salesman. He brought the first Smurf to Arkansas to sell. And he read that. He got a hotel room one night, read that book. He was at Waffle House the next day, and when you could still smoke in, Waffle House, he sat there and he read that book and he wrote down everything that he wanted to do and yada, yada, yada. And in the book, it says about burning bridges. You can't retreat. And so that's what he did. And he became a successful financial advisor for 30-something years. So, hello, Deborah. Welcome in. Good to see you. So that one, read it over and over again. I need to finish reading it, if I'm honest. I have it on CD, and I also have the book and the workbook that goes with it. Make a conscious effort. Surround yourself with inspiring people who don't think money is bad. Make it a conscious effort to keep your positive financial mindset strong and unwavering. Watch your thoughts and words that you tell yourself or that you think. Watch those. You can only become truly accomplished at something you love. Don't make money your goal. Instead, pursue the thing you love doing and then do them so well that people can't take their eyes off of you, right? Yes. Yes. Get into reality about how much you want to make and why you want to make that much, whatever that amount might be. There are countless ways that you can make serious money. Countless ways. Think about the life you would love to live and why you would love to live that life, and then figure out exactly how much money you need to manifest to make it happen. Make the vision boards. Put everything in front of your face. Eat it, breathe it, live it. That's how I try and think of my reselling now, right? Yes. And again, there is a big difference between walking around and saying you want to make $1 million a year and having crystal clear intentions, a fierce desire, and a hell-bent action toward a specific goal. Come hell or high water, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, whatever it is. Make it urgent. You ever notice how maybe some specific amount of money for a specific urgent purpose that you always manage to somehow figure it out? You figure out how to get the money just in time. You know, if rent is coming up and you're like, oh my gosh, a week before, you're like, I don't know how I want to do this, but somehow you come up with it. You have to shift from wasting your time whining and worrying because you're suddenly too busy making it actually happen. You have to shift that. That's the power of clarity, the urgency, not screwing around and getting it done. The money is there if you really, if you really, truly desire it. The money is there. It's the matter of how serious you are about it. You have to treat your dreams and desires with the same sense of urgency and determination. That's the trick. If you want to know what the trick is, you have to treat both your dreams and your desires with the same sense of urgency and determination as you would for anything else. It's one thing to kick butt when your back is against the wall, when you're back in the corner. It's one thing to kick butt then, but you have no choice but to come up with it then when your back is against the wall. But it's a whole nother thing to create self-imposed urgency so you stay the course until you created your dream life. It's a totally different thing. You want to psych yourself up into up-leveling by raising your bottom line. We take these massive leap of faith only when we have to. Why? Why aren't we always taking those leaps? Like when we need to put out some sort of fire, we take those big leaps of faith. Why not just do that all the time? This is about changing you, not just your income. It's about changing you. So make a new bottom line. Get yourself out of struggle by changing your mindset and being conscious of how you deal with it. Generate it, how you receive your money. Envision yourself with this money and the specific things and or experiences that it's going to provide. Envision. You got to see it. Make that vision board. Take a hell-bent for glory action. Do every single thing that you can think of to manifest this money or this new lifestyle that you're wanting. Your job is to do everything you can to manifest it and have unshakable faith that the universe is moving it towards you in perfect timing. Get mentoring. Surround yourself with people who know more than you do. Read, study them, hang out with them, hire them if you have to. Look for a coach or a mentor, a book, a seminar, whatever that may be, because when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. When you get so desperate, when you get that hell-bent for glory action fire in you that you're not going to stop till you do it, somehow that teacher will appear to you and will teach you and guide you, help you along the way, regardless if that's a person, a book, a seminar, whatever. Right? Hell-bent for glory action. Shelby said, money's like emotions is something you must control to keep your life on the right track. All of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them, right? Yes. It's happened more than once. Needed money like now and thought it will come somehow, and then boom, a refund check, right? Yes. And that's what she says in the book. Funny how that happens. All of a sudden, you get that unexpected check in the mail. All of a sudden, someone's paid their invoice that you didn't know was going to pay so soon, so fast, whatever. It appears. Somehow you got that bonus that you weren't expecting from your job. Yes. I don't know if I go that far, Cool Ranch. Stay away from negative people. Yes. If you want a better life, if you want to be more positive about life, if you just want to feel good about life, be around people that feel good about life. Quit being around people that's going to bring the drama and the negative and everything. Don't surround yourself with that if that's not what you want in your life. Stay away from it. And then, of course, love yourself and you will have it all, guys. Love yourself and you will have it all. All right, guys, we've gone a little over an hour, but tonight was a very important topic to me because it's one I struggle with. Hopefully, y'all found some little nuggets, some little tidbits that might help you as well. Thank you for your time on tonight's topic. Another chat participation for y'all real quick. Those of you that have hung in this whole hour and 16 minutes with me, one more participation thing in chat. How many of you want to adapt this to change your relationship with money? If that's you, I want you to put I in chat. If you want to adapt everything I told you tonight and change how you feel about your relationship with money, put I in chat. Right, Joanne? Me too. Yeah. Because I find myself when I'm around negative people, my mood changes. Like, I'm just like, if I'm having a bad day, if I know I'm already in a bad mood, I'm already upset about something or whatever, and I get in my car, I put on K-Love because that's going to totally change my attitude. So those of you that listen to K-Love, I know Lisa D does. Like, if I feel like the world's been against me, I just put the K-Love on, and it totally changes my thought process. I might not be like fully, hey, I'm all positive, and there's unicorns and rainbows and all that stuff, but I feel a lot better than I did when I first got in my car. Cool Ranch says I. Lisa D says I. Joanne, Nana, Nancy, all of us, I. Right? We're going to do this. So real quick, Jen Sincero, like I said, she wrote the book. This is what the other one looks like, in case any of y'all want to get it. But it's You Are a Badass at Making Money. If you would like to read more into that, go further into this topic, I recommend you get this book. As you can see, I have this book as well, and it's next for me to read. I wanted to work through this book with you guys. This one we probably won't cover unless y'all really want to cover it. But it's Mastering the Mindset of Wealth. So I don't plan on covering the topics in this book, but if for some reason y'all want to, y'all just send me an email, put it in chat, whatever. Let me know that, hey, we really want to do that because we are about done with this book. So tomorrow night, hopefully, fingers crossed, Selena and I will be back for another one fry short of a Happy Meal show. So we'll be back for that tomorrow night. We'll be on at 7:30 p.m. Central. Wednesday night, Tammy and I should be back on at 7:30 p.m. Central. So pay attention for the thumbnail. Thursday night, Cool Ranch will be back with me as well at 7:30 p.m. Central. And then Friday, I will be coming on with more jewelry, but we might go on later. Normally I come on about 12:30. It's hair day, guys. It's hair day. So I got to get my roots touch up and get toner put on my hair, but it shouldn't be that long an appointment. It's at 10. I'm thinking I should be out there by 12. So it might be 1 or 2 o'clock when we go live. So yes, on the mini book, we can do it. I just didn't want to bore y'all with it. So those of you that don't want to know anything about money or whatever, but we can definitely do it. If y'all decide y'all want to do that. So, all right. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Thank y'all guys for being so patient and staying here and learning about this topic with me tonight. I really enjoyed it. As y'all can tell, I can get on my soapbox about certain topics and everything, right? So Lisa D says, yes. All right. All right. If there's nothing else, make sure again that you keep Selena in your prayers. And anybody else that, I don't know if anybody else asked. Oh, real quick while y'all are here, before y'all leave. Those of you that did not see my short, but some of y'all saw my post on Facebook, Bella is so much better. We were really scared. Friday night, she kept Robert up most of the night with her heavy panting and everything. And then at 4 o'clock Saturday morning, Robert woke me up. He's like, I can't do this anymore. You got to get up and help. There's something wrong with Bella. So got up, and she needed to go outside. She was having what we now know was diarrhea. We thought she was constipated. But like she would just almost like not an army crawl, but she was pulling her back legs, like her bottom. She was having to pull it until we could like shift her back in and get her legs underneath her. So I was bawling my eyes out. So she's been on antibiotics, she's been on pain pill, nausea medicine, probiotic. We're switching her dog food to Farmer's Pet fresh food for her. So, but she is night and day difference from Saturday morning. So thank you guys that all reached out to me. A lot of y'all, I think Sunday, Cool Ranch texted me. The next thing I know, Harley was texting me. Then Selena texted me. And then Stephanie texted me. It's like bam, bam, bam. Like within 5 minutes of each other, y'all were texting me and checking on Bella to see how she was. And that just meant the world because she's our child. So just a quick update. Bella is so much better. She's Valley herself, I think. Today has been a good day. So Cool Ranch said Papa J that he gets to come home from the rehab facility. I know. The rehab, they're good for people. I understand, but I've heard more complaints about rehab facilities than I've had good things, you know. So yes, keep Papa J in your prayers as well. And then anybody else, any unspoken prayer requests, keep those people that you know that have prayers out there as well. So, all right, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night or sometime this week in one of the auctions. If not, maybe I'll see you around YouTube. Be watching for those shorts. I'm putting out some funny ones for you guys. So you definitely want to look at the one that I did today. Yeah, showing my dancing skills. Not. All right, go out there and manifest the money that you need, and let's do this thing. Good night, guys.